Hello all. Whether you are an MBA student preparing for the corporate world or a working professional looking to strengthen your financial acumen, understanding the role of a financial manager is absolutely essential. So, in this lesson, we are going to understand why is financial management critical, the responsibilities, role of a financial manager, and also we will dive into the skills that are required for a financial manager. So let's begin with the simple truth behind every successful organization lies a sharp strategic financial manager because their decisions influence not just the balance sheets but the future of the business. With an interesting fact, over 80% of business failures are linked to poor financial management. That is the reason why financial management is so critical in the organization. Because the financial manager helps in many ways, supports the organization to achieve their vision, mission, and strategic objectives. Here are few points where we can say that the importance of the financial manager we can observe in these areas. For example, financial manager helps organizations in financial planning, also assists in planning and acquiring the funds, utilization and allocating the funds. Sometimes the financial manager should be in a position to assist to the management in making certain critical financial decisions. And also, he should help in improving the profitability of the organization so that he can support overall to increase the value of the firm, which brings the economic stability and in the simultaneously encourage the employees to save money, which helps them in their personal financial planning. The next important aspect in this lesson is the core responsibilities of a financial manager. A financial manager develops robust short-term and long-term financial plans aligned with the company's goals. This includes sales forecasting, budget allocations, capital structuring, and scenario planning. So, for example, if you are a student, just use this small case like suppose in a fast growing any startup, observe the role of the financial manager. He decides how much to reinvest in R&D while maintaining liquidity in the organization. There are many responsibilities a financial manager has to perform. Another important one, capital budgeting and investment decision. In the previous lesson, we have seen what is investment decision, financing, liquidity, dividend decision. Now, we are integrating those decisions with their role and responsibility. Because in the capital budgeting and investment decision, financial managers are evaluating major investments using some tools like NPV, internal rate of return, payback period, and sometimes in advance. Real options analysis also they do. Financial managers assess not just financial returns, but also whether this investment strategically fits and also measures the riskiness of that investment. Another responsibility in terms of capital structuring and financing decisions. Should the firm issue equity or raise debt, or should they have to use the retained earnings? Because financial managers analyze the cost of capital through various ratios and sometimes based on the environment, based on the market conditions, they have to decide which is the most efficient funding mix where they can raise the capital. For example, during an economic downturn, a conservative debt strategy may save a firm from bankruptcy. Another responsibility in terms of working capital and liquidity management. Because managing cash cycles, receivables, payables, and inventories efficiently ensures the business runs smoothly. Because the goal is to minimize cost while maximizing the operational flexibility. There is a popular saying that delayed receivables is equals to lost investment opportunity. Because liquidity is not just about survival, it's all about strategic readiness. Another important role in performing the financial reporting and analysis. Accurate, timely financial statements are the language of business. Because financial managers ensure the compliance. Because we have so many standards now in India. Few companies are following Indian accounting standards. Few companies are following international financial reporting standards. And few are following US GAAP. And you, as a financial manager, you provide actionable insights through various analysis. Like sometimes may use ratio analysis, sometimes we may use variance analysis, and also key performance indicators we analyze. Nowadays, integrated reporting is gaining attention, combining financial, environmental, and social performance for stakeholder decision making. Because due to lot of changes, the way we are reporting financials, that in that format, even we need to uphold our skills. If you are a professional, as I told you, if you acquire, you have to acquire the skills required for this integrated reporting. Another important role and responsibility in terms of managing the risk and how the financial manager is controlling internally. Because in today's environment, all companies, markets are integrated. We are prone to financial risks. Somewhere else, certain markets are not performing well or not performed well. It is going to affect the Indian markets. It is going to affect the Indian business. Like market volatility, currency fluctuations, regulatory changes. So, as a financial manager, we should be in a position to deploy tools like derivatives, insurance, and how you are crafting the hedging strategies. As a management students, understand what actually is value at risk. Try to test scenarios using scenario stress testing. Do the sensitivity analysis for if you want to become a successful financial leader. When it comes to the ethics, why ethics? Ethical decision making and regulatory compliance, which will build the long term trust among the stakeholders. As a financial manager, we have to ensure adherence to the corporate governance codes. We have to follow, adopt, apply various standards and financial norms. Because after post Enron popular cases and Satyam, the corporate governance failure in the Satyam, which is a lesson where the chief financial officers is under intense security scrutiny because people are watching you, what you are doing, how you are reporting, how you are taking decision making. Are you following the compliances or not? Finally, integrity is very important. And when it comes to the intelligence, the more value is for the integrity. Next, skills. Skills and tools for a financial man. Why skills and tools? Because a successful financial manager must blend technical proficiency. He should be very strong in analytical insight and he should be very strong in strategic thinking because it will support effective decision making. As and when financial roles evolve with the technology and globalization, we need certain skills, we need certain tools, and having knowledge about the tools became mandatory. Because when we talk about financial analysis and forecasting, as a financial manager, do you have ability to interpret the financial statements? How are you going to assess the performance and how you are predicting the future trends? Are you using any quantitative techniques? When it comes to the strategic thinking, how you are aligning the financial goals with your organization's strategy? How you are evaluating the investment opportunities? And how you are supporting the long-term planning? This tells your strength in terms of the strategic thinking. So when it comes to the decision making and problem solving, how the data driven decisions under uncertainty and accessing the trade offs between risk and return. And also, when it comes to the skills, communication and leadership matters a lot. So you have to present your complex financial data to the non-financial stakeholders. How you are going to communicate? They are not financial stalwart. They don't have knowledge about in-depth knowledge about the finance, certain terms, terminology, jargon. They may not be knowing, and how you are going to collaborate internally within the departments, because those departments are not from the uh, finance. Maybe they are from production, HR, marketing. How you are going to communicate and how you are going to prove your leadership. And risk management again. How are you identifying financial risks? You have to ensure that you are adhering to the regulatory norms, regulations, and also you are following the ethical governance practices in the organization. And certain technologies, yes, definitely. If you are aiming for a good financial domain role, I suggest, I insist that you should be having the basic knowledge about these technologies like Microsoft Excel. Why? For modeling. If you want to do the scenario analysis, you can do the scenario analysis. You can create the dashboards. Suppose if you want to collaborate in terms of the capital budgeting, then you should be having knowledge about the Google Sheets. Using Google Sheets, how you can collaborate and how you can prepare the budgets and how you can track the budgets. In terms of the financial modeling and business intelligence tools, I insist Power BI and Tableau. Both we use for data visualization and performance dashboard. These are the tools which will enhance the financial managers' decision making. It saves a lot of time. And also accounting systems, at least any one, either it may be SAP or Oracle Financials, because almost all the organizations now they have the integrated financial reporting. So mandatorily we need to have that skill, knowledge about that tool or ERP implementation. Nowadays people are talking about usage of the analytics, especially usage of the Python language, usage of the R language for advanced financial analytics, automation, algorithmic forecasting if you want to do. Because these are the open source programs, language, open source languages. At least at least one knowledge we should have the basics, either R or Python. Because now most of the companies, say for example IBM Watson, using machine learning for predictive finance. We use this IBM Watson. That's why this generative AI is totally transforming, because fraud detection, If you want to do the intelligent budgeting, we use these tools, artificial intelligence or fintech tools we use. Here, one beautiful example recently I have taken from a portal stating some key skills, because theoretically we may discuss many things. Practically, what companies are looking, if you observe the responsibilities, the job description, it is a role for the finance manager. Create, generate category finance reports by following desktop procedures and ensure that DTPs are continuously updated in line with the process. Perform the following activities. What are that? Performance management reporting, including insightful commentary on variances and business performance. Financial modeling for PSP, AOP, and rolling forecasts. What if fund scenario analysis. Data collection to support decision making. Other ad hoc data and report requests. Ensure timely and accurate submission of reports and data to the relevant BU in line with the agreed LSL. Collaborating with the data scientists and modelers to test the outputs and refine them. See, theoretically, what we have discussed, it matters a lot now, because what we have discussed, the industry is asking whether you have that skill or whether you have that knowledge, because ultimately when we join the industry, we have to we have to perform this role. So that's the reason why I have taken a simple example from a portal asking, because this JD, this description, job description is so clear. Whatever whatever we discuss, that is clearly implement, executable, applicable in today's environment. And now it is required almost. So if you want to thrive in the modern finance roles, definitely you should continuously upgrade your technical skills, your interpersonal skills, because balanced approach, you should be having good fundamentals about the finance and having little basic knowledge about the digital tools, which will ensure the value creation for yourself as well as for the organization. So to summarize, throughout this lesson, we can summarize in few points. Who is a financial manager? A financial manager is a planner. He is an analyst. He is an analyst, a decision architect, and also we consider him as a guardian of the governance. So if you want to become a good financial manager, you have to focus on quantitative tools, techniques, and strategically you should be very strong to craft certain strategies. Right? In a simple words, I say that don't just learn finance. Learn how to think like a finance officer. Because upskilling in analytics, staying updated with the global financial trends, building strong ethical foundations in the finance definitely makes you a good financial manager. Okay. Thank you.